Welcome to Chris Farms and Extension Services alias Chris Farm Nigeria. In case I don't know where you've been watching me from, it is let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, irrespective of your time and irrespective of the location you're watching me from. This is Mr. Chris of Chris Farm Nigeria. We are into farm setup, battery cage installation, agro machine importation, and setup of any kind of agro machines, trampoline ponds. We talk about building of farms, poultry houses, trampoline pond, concrete ponds for fish farming, piggery farming, snailery farming on block or greenhouse or cage. We are also into building of grass cutter farming, on cages, on free range and others. But today we are bringing you to a farm setup at uh, I don't know the name of this village, but actually it's in Ogun State. You get to Mowe. When you get to Mowe, you go down. There's a local government in there. That is where we are today. So we are here to set up farms, and we want to also give you a rundown of what is already around that we are picking from. There is security house here. In fact, let me just take a run shot of everything. Since morning we came, we are trying to measure the land so that we can what design the farm. One thing, those exotic farms you see, those farms are planned, designed, structured before you start building. When you fail to plan, you are just started planning to fail. So there is every need. You plan your building, you plan your house, whatever land you have, you plan it so that you get a maximum return on that. So today I'm speaking specifically on farm setup. And this farm setup want to set up poultry farming on deep on battery cage system. That is to say, we are going to be doing the flooring. We are going to do greenhouse for snail on that same land. We are still going to do we are going to do fish ponds on concrete pond. But on the context of fish pond, there is a little challenge of where the water will flow in. I've gone around this area, I discovered that they have stream, but their stream they drink it. They wouldn't want someone to put in water into their stream. So what I'm going to do in this place, I'm going to be constructing something like an earthen pond as a form of reservoir, so that when the water is coming out from the concrete earthen pond, it will be flowing into that reservoir. Although there is PC level of the soil, you get to a place where you cannot retain water again. So there is how I'm going to do it so that the water can be going down. Probably during the dry season they do the harvest, and during the rainy season the overflow might go out, because actually water flows out in every society, probably go to the gutters or go to anywhere. We are going to fix that. That is a little challenge we'll be having here, because there is no actual place for water discharge. So what I'm going to do, if we are going to do like we are proposing for 2005 per unit. That is, we have about 10,000 capacity fish farm. But because of the latest development, there will be need for me to speak to the client. Actually, this project is our client. Will build or will set up farm irrespective of the state you are in Nigeria, irrespective of where you are. If you are in here, if you are not around, it is not a problem. Whatever contract agreements you have with you, we ensure we do the A to Z of your farm. You can go through our comment section. Nobody have ever said we did this or we did that. We've been in operation since 2012. Since 2012, that is where Chris Farms and Extension Services alias Chris Farm Nigeria commenced. And we're building houses. We've done so many projects in almost all the states in Nigeria, and our product is currently running in 36 states of Nigeria. Either you buy they bought trampoline pod from us, battery cage, or we build house, or we did one or two things for the person. So we've done a lot of things in our country, Nigeria. So should in case you want to reach out to us, our number is +23480 3692 5718, +23480 3692 5718. If you are not in Nigeria, but if you are in Nigeria, just call us on 080 3692 5718. Should in case you want us to set up a farm for you. But today we want to want to teach or want to talk about farm setup generally on the battery cage, on the poultry farm, on battery cage system, the greenhouse for snail, the uh, concrete pond for fish pond, and the last one but not the least, the which of grass cutter farming. Perfect. So this land let me just give you a rundown of the land and what is on ground. This video specifically is done for my clients. Whenever we are building or setting up a farm for someone, we do the video from A to Z for whatever we are doing. We bring it to the notice of the client so that the client follow us step by step. Every completed job of the day, oftentimes we do a video for it, we send it for the client so that the client will see what he's doing. Should in case you're in your office working or whatever you are and you've already delegated anything for us, you are in Nigeria, you are not in Nigeria, wherever you are, and you're giving us a project to do, we ensure that whatever we've agreed on, we get to that page, or whatever we are doing per day or per week, we send a report to you so that you follow up. Even should in case you come in, you will see that whatever we have done, it is what is on ground. I will thank God for technology now, whereby whatever you do, the person you are doing it for can see you doing it, can also do a video with you, can also do a WhatsApp chat with you. Like as I gave you those numbers, we are 24 hours online on WhatsApp. A respondent is always there to respond to you each time you send us a notification. Follow us our YouTube channel. Remember to click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time we upload a new video. But today we want to give a rundown of this place so that we know where we are starting from, the little adjustment that the clients need to know, because this is a client project and we have commenced the job. But now we want to design the farm so that when we start building, things will fall into place. So the first of all, now let me just instead of taking you everywhere so that the video can be a little bit short, we just look at it. This is um, the security house. The security house is measuring 15, 14.6 feet long and 10.8 feet wide. That is the security pole. You can see it's very close to the gate. Then he can monitor the gate. Whatever that is going out of the farm, he can be able to give an account of it. While this area is where the staff will be staying, you can see where the staff will be staying. We have about 3 rooms there for staff quarters or the technicians where they will be staying. Then the borehole has already been drilled there. The GP tank will also be done. So, but there is need to pinpoint something. Let us go to that place so that I'll correct now before this generation go off. So this is the water structure. You can see the water is coming out. This is the water that is drilled, but with time the water will clear. Although I am not the one that drilled this water, but there is a little bit challenge on what I want to address. This is 1-inch pipe. This is 1-inch pipe. And if you want to go into fish farming, you don't need 1-inch pipe. You need a minimum of 2 or 3 or 4 inches pipe so that you can produce enough water to run your farm. If you are going into fish farm or your integrated farm is going into fish farming, you should be able to create or drill a minimum of 3 or 4 inches pipe so that water can come out, because what you want to do is have to do with water. Like this thing now, we have this is 5,000 capacity GP tank. We have 2. One is here, one is in the other side. Can you see that? There is a GP tank here. That is, there's one there. Close to the after the block, there's a black thing that you see it. That is another 5,000 capacity. This 5,000. This is 1,000. That is altogether is 11,000 liters of GP tank for water. So this thing can contain water actually, but it will take a long time for this 1 inch to fill up this water. It's going to take almost a whole day, because if these things are filled and as you are filling it, you are putting water in a pond, the water will be going into the pond. So in a full day, we'll be pumping water. And secondly, using generator to run it is expensive. If you drill a borehole with, like say, 3 inches borehole pipe, you get this surface pumping machine. It's about 45,000. This one that we have got our dollar has gone up, and an naira for before now will be changing $1 to 450 naira. But as for today, $1 is 570 naira. So as a result of the adverse effect we have in our country, Nigeria, is inflation, whereby everything will go up. So if before now they said that pumping machine 4 inches at 45,000. Currently, I don't know how much they will sell it, but it is cheaper and economical. Whereby when we put 3 inches or 4 inches pipe on this field, when you pump the water in less than hours, everywhere is filled with water because that pump has a bigger mouth. If you put a reducer, maybe you reduce it to 2 inches. With as it's coming, it is going to fill up this GP tank. It's going to fill up this GP tank in less than no time. Please turn to this and record this. It's going to fill up this GP tank in less than no time. So currently, this borehole water needs to be addressed. This cannot hold that of the farm. This 1 inch will not be enough. If we can get back to the people to increase the pipe to 3 inches or 4 inches so that the water can come up well. And secondly, I discovered that this thing is deep, maybe 200 feet. This thing, the water is not yet, although he said the time the water is going to come out normal, but there is need to dig this thing inside. From what is here, you see that this water has a lot of limestone. These are limestones, and limestones are not that good, and some acidic compound on the water. It's not clean at all. So what was, although they say it's going to get clean with time, actually it will get clean with time as the water is running. Actually it will get clean, but there is need to dig it inside to get a good water. Because if you don't have a good water, even though we stock 10,000 fishes, the fishes will be dying. Actually, the water that is needed for fish should have a pH level of, let's say, maximum of 6, maximum of 7. Let us say let it just be the water needs to be more alkaline than acidic. If it is acidic, the fishes will not do well. So this water here has a high concentration of acidic compound. So although with time it will clear, but there is need to address it now, change it from, and also see if we can go in deeper to get a better water. Secondly, on the tank, on the other one, I'm bringing you to the tank stand. Borehole cannot be in the other side after the building. Excuse me, show them the building. Borehole cannot be in the other face of the building. Why you now come to this place to come and put a GP tank? No, it is not good. That is why we engage the professionals, or there is need to engage the professional to design the farm so that the farm will be done well. This thing now that I've measured it, I've transferred this thing here back to where the pump is. So that I'm not going to put the tank. If you put tank here and the water will, pump will be the other side, it's far. So we are going to have just told them to move this thing from this place, take it down to where the borehole is, so that the water as is coming out, we can use there for water and other things. Why this whole land now, we can use it to put up something than obstructing here. We are using here, using there, using there. That is land. We are wasting the land. So what we want to do, or what I've told them we have to do now, is to close up this pit now, transfer this place from here to here is 19 feet, transfer it from here back to that place where there is water. So if that place is a water channel sector, let the water be there. From there it can connect to any other place of the land. So generally this land now is they said here is 2 acre. Although when we came here, we discovered that the land is bigger than 2 acre. Actually, we have the normal way to sell land in Nigeria is 50 feet by 100 feet. But some area like in Ogun, Lagos, they sell 60 feet by 120. Although here when we just came, we just looked at the land and said, okay, let us measure it for 60 feet by, let's measure with 50 feet by 100 feet to know how many plot of land we got here. The land is in the form of rectangle, although it is not perfect rectangle. One can even say it's a trapezium. But although we've measured the length and the breadth of the two sides, from this length to this side, we got 157 feet from here to this end. While in the other side, the breadth of the other side, we got 160 feet at the gate side. Then to this side, we got 484 feet from this place to this place. Can you get it? From that ending to this ending. Don't know if we can get that to this end. We got 484.2 feet length. While this side, we've got 489 feet. That is, so if you solve the mass that is there, we are going to get 14 plots of land, 14 and a half plots of land. That is what we are going to get in this split, 14 and a half plots of land. And if we are to do it in acres, we are going to have 2 acres and 2.5 plots of land. That is what we are going to get if we are to do it 50 by 100. That is the size of the land. So to this effect, we've seen that we've already gotten the staff quarter, we've gotten the security, we've been able to fence the place, full gates, full water. So this thing will be adjusted, we'll be taking it to the other side. So we want to now do about the best place where the poultry houses will be. You can see since humans staffs will be staying here, we are going to be shifting the battery cage to this side because the sun rises from the east and sets in the west. So the sun is coming from this side, it's coming from this side, and it will be setting from this side. So we are going to put on the battery cage this way. Number two is that um the the place, the house is here, the poultry house is in the other side. The smell or the progress smell will be reduced. Instead of from there coming to the where people are staying, the other will reduce. And secondly, this is the main road, so this is the other side. So it is this area we are going to put the battery cage. One, because of light. Poultry needs 16 hours light and 12 hours darkness, or preferable, if you can give them more light, they will produce more eggs. If there is sufficient light in the farm, your birds produce light. So there is what they call there's a gland on their foreheads. So there is a gland in their forehead that detects light, and it's called the pituitary gland. This gland helps them to detect the light source of the farm. It works through their egg production system. So the if there is enough light in your farm, the bird tends to produce more. That is why we are setting the poultry bed this way, so that the light that is coming from the east, it will shine on them early enough, and before it goes down, the light will still be there. So that is why we are putting facing the poultry farm this side. On the other side, to the major thing again for poultry farm setup, there are two major things you need to consider when you are setting up a poultry house: the light source and the wind. Enough good wind. So you don't really need a wind gauge to detect where the wind is coming from. You can set up a kite. When we are young, we are having a kite, we set it up, we allow the kite to set wherever the kite faces. It will show you the direction of where the wind is coming from. So if you don't have a kite, we won't start doing kites now. You can also use set a source of fire. When you set up a source of fire and you allow the fire to burn, where the smoke is flowing to, that is where the wind is coming from. We've tested it, we see that the wind is coming this way, but although we are going to still do another practical example to see where the wind is coming from. Now we've gotten the source of light where we're going to position the building for the poultry bed so that they will have enough light. Then on the other side, to know where the wind is coming from, we are going to be using the smoke, what will I call it, the smoke specimen, to know where the breeze is coming from, so that we know how to position the building so that enough breeze. Why do you need good wind, good ventilation? Why do you need good wind? Number one is that the, the poultry farm itself, needs to be dry. And when wind is dry. When it comes, the air, or promo, let us use the word air because it's a combination of all the gases. Let's say when the air coming or wind comes to the farm, it dries up moisture content. You can hear battery bed fluid currently now wiping up farms. Oftentimes, this fluid or bed fluid are being attracted in cold down place. But if the place is warm, if there is a good ventilation in your poultry farm, diseases will be controlled. Like now, for instance, let's say water, damp. When the poultry is dropping their beds, the water is leaking from the liquid drinkers, the waters are going from the pipings. As a result of that, you see the whole place wet. So you need good ventilation. Ventilation comes to dry up those water content to make it uninhabitable for bacteria and disease. Now let us break it down a little, let us go a little bit advanced. What is water? Water is H2O, which is two molecules of hydrogen and one molecule of oxygen. So when dry air comes to blow on top of water, what happens? There is evaporation. That evaporation means the water is evaporated, the hydrogen is broken down and is evaporated. That is why when you pour water on a particular place, with time you see the water will dry up. That is evaporation. The water have evaporated. So if there is good source of air on your farm, if there's enough air entering into the building, then your farm will be tidy, your farm will dry up, your farm will dry. That is to say, the water, there will be no water content in your farm. So there is need to allow source of air, ventilation into your farm to keep your farm dry, to make everywhere clean, to also discourage inhabitation of bacteria and disease in your farm. So what I'm trying to say is that whenever you want to set up a poultry house, let's position your poultry house in a place where it will have good source of light. Then another thing is ventilation. Position it in a way that there will be enough breeze coming into the farm. That is why we've chosen this place. You can see the breeze will be coming from this side and giving the poultry beds good air, good ventilation. The light source will come in. All this is to boost egg production and also set up the poultry house in a standard way. This is a virgin land with the finished of with the fenced it, full gate. With there is gate, there is security yard, there is staff quarters. Want to now do the poultry house. After the poultry house, we are going to be doing fish pond, concrete pond this way. We are going to be doing concrete pond this way because there is source of water in this location. That is where the location is. The pond will be here. The poultry will be there. Then the grass cutter will be somewhere there. Grass cutter doesn't want too much air, doesn't need too much ventilation because one thing that kills grass cutter faster is what? Cold. So we are going to build it in a form in order to control cold. You can see the security house. Let's go to this way. You see the security house there. It will obstruct some of the wind. The other side will obstruct some of the wind. So the wind or the ventilation that will be coming to the grass cutter farm will be reduced because they don't need too much air. Because one thing that kills grass cutter too much, or one risk of grass cutter, is pneumonia. They easily catch cold and before you know it, they will die. So whenever you're building a grass cutter farm, you should try to put it in a place where the wind or the ventilation will be reduced. That not that there will not be ventilation, that there will be, but it will be controlled. Why that of the green house for snail, we are going to be putting it somewhere there. So this place, since we've gotten the length and the breadth, the design, what we are actually doing today, we are trying to map out the farm. We are trying to design the farm so that everything will be done or positioned in the right place. So should in case you want to set up a farm in any place or any part of the country you are, you can tell us, you can call us on 080 36 92 57 18 if you are in Nigeria. If you are not in Nigeria, remember to put our country code +23480 36 92 57 18. If you want to go into poultry farming, poultry farming, snail farming on greenhouses or on concrete floor, or you want to do grass cutter, you want to go into snailery, you want to go into piggery, whatever you want to design, you can tell us, we can design it, then we'll build it. Like now, after we finish the design of this, after mapping it out, designing it, drawing the architectural design of the place, we keep start this job. This job we are planning it, so I thought let me do a video of this place, show the client that we are on the site, we've measured the place, we've discovered the size of the land, we've done all the mapping, all the design. All we are going to do now is to draw and commence job. And also this point of tank stand will be transferred from this place to where the water source is, so that the water will be there. Then what again that we've not mentioned here, once again, we've not talked about now, the community people. Oftentimes, when we want to start up a building, the community people will come, as long as in Nigeria, to tell you one thing or the other. They've even started coming. However, we've not even started. They've started disturbing us to see them. So the clients will know that the people are coming, so that we can see how you can settle with them. This job actually, I'm just trying to tell us the prerequisites of farm setup. Should, in case you want to build poultry farm, you want to build grass cutter, greenhouses, there are some little prerequisites they need to put in place, so that when you position the house, it will be at the right place. So the last shot before we are going to cut short this, we are going to see where the wind is coming from, because ventilation is very good for your farm, especially when you want to build poultry house. Good ventilation is a paramount effect. Then I've talked about where to position the fish farm because of the water source. I've talked about where to position the grass cutter because of control of ventilation. Now you don't really need to get a wind vane to know the direction of wind. I've said you can use kite, or you use burn something like the smoke therapy to know where the wind is coming from. So we are going to give it a shootout now. To go to the place, we'll get something and set it on fire. We see wherever the wind is blowing the smoke to, that is where that is the direction of the wind, so that you know how to position your farm. So please remember, this is Chris Farms and Extension Services alias Chris Farm Nigeria. We are into farm setup generally, building of poultry houses, greenhouse for snail, grass cutter farming, building, supply of all these agro products, shipment of agro products, our Nigeria food like our banga, our usi, our starch, whatever our fish need to any part of the world, while we import agro machine to Nigeria. Should, in case you want to go in, you want us to set up any form of agro machine, remember we also sell manure dryer, manure scraper, a lot of pelletizer, hammer mill, and others that we do to set up our farm, our feed mill industry. Also, all those things that need to be put into place. Remember that we sell them. In fact, the A to Z of agro business. Just call us on 080 36 92 57 18 if you are in Nigeria. If you are not in Nigeria, remember to put our country code +234 80 36 92 57 18. Please, this video, if it's helpful for you, should, in case you want to start up a farm, this is the prerequisite you need to know: the wind direction, to know the sun direction. Please put them into consideration before you set it up. Like we are setting this up now, we are putting this into consideration. Please put them into some consideration. Follow us on our YouTube channel, click on our subscribe button. Please subscribe, share our videos to your friends and families. Remember that this is Chris Farms and Extension Services alias Chris Farm Nigeria. We always ensure that your satisfaction is our optimum desire. So the last shot before we go, we are going to be burning something to create smoke, to see the direction of the wind, so that instead of going for wind vane, or these are little things you can do to know the direction of wind, to know your sun, to know, okay, to let me use the sun. If you just stand, if your shadow is at the right hand side, you should know that the sun is coming from this side, which is, just know that here is coming, this is your east, this is now your west, where the sun will be setting. If you are standing here, your shadow will be here. That is how to determine where the sun is coming from. And if you know where the wind is coming from, you set your kite. If you can't set your kite, you create something that has to do with smoke. Wherever the wind will be blowing the smoke to, that is the direction of the wind. So we are going to use that. We are going to take that sample now for you to understand how to position your poultry house, how to position your fish farm, how to position your grass cutter and other farms. So I know you'll be, if you have any contribution, please send in your contribution in the comment section. Write anything you want us to know or want us to talk about. You can ask me questions. We are 24 hours online. You can call me. You can chat me up. We are in Facebook. We are on YouTube. Our website is www chrisfarmnigeria.com. Anybody will pick up their job to do. We ensure that the customer is satisfied. And before we enter any agreement with you, we must understand the terms so that we can build very well. So that is why so many projects we are building, we don't usually have problem, because we'll tell the client, this is what we do. This is what we are going to do. We've not taken or eating any client's money. Anything you pay for, that is what you get. So, in Nigeria, when you say Nigeria, everybody is a trickster. Not everyone. Although there are a lot of people that are into bad things are not good, but our own company, we ensure that customers are satisfied. That is why it takes us the pain to go to different locations. Like this is we are in Ogun State, Mowe. When you get to Mowe, go down is a community here. It's inside. I can't pronounce the name actually, but we are already here. So to do it, so we are going to do the last shot to create smoke to see the direction of the wind, to control or to know where to position our farm. So we are going to that now. So let us see how that goes. Okay, as I was saying, we want to talk about the direction of the wind for your farm setup on poultry. So if you can't set up a kite, you can create a source of smoke. You can get a wood. So you can see now that the wind is coming from this side. So if we are to put our battery kit this way, our poultry farm this way, the wind will be coming this way. And this is a valley, while this is like a mountain. This is the hill, why this is the valley. So that is still why another reason why I say we are going to position the fish pond on the hill, so that when we bring the channel, the water can easily flush down to the slope, so that the water can easily flow down to this side. That is another reason why we are setting up the fish farm there. Another reason for the sun is coming from this side, so this side will gain enough light, some sunlight or source of light, also to encourage your egg production. So should in case you want us to set up a farm for you, is it fish farm, is it poultry farm, is it grass cutter, is it greenhouse, you can always call us on 080 36 92 57 18. If you are not in Nigeria, remember to put our country code +23480 36 92 57 18. This video is specifically for our client. We've done this video for our client to see the design we are doing for him. So what we succeeded in measuring the whole place. The thing now we want to now put all these things I'm saying in architectural design. We bring the plan to the side. We now use it to construct all these things I'm saying from the A to Z. This is an integrated farm. They are going into poultry, into fishery, into grass cutter, into snailery, both on greenhouse. So that is what we've done. Thank you very much. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Always know that your satisfaction is our optimum desire. Thank you.